My husband came to my workplace drunk. He also brought our son with him. I can't tell you how much stress this adds to an already stressful job. I have actually started having sharp stomach pains when I saw him walk through the door. How can he think that this is okay? He must be crazy. He went around the room praying for people until I had a chance to stop doing what I was doing and to tell him to leave. This morning he had no idea why I was so angry with him. I can't go on living with this man. I think sometimes people just have to leave a marriage when a spouse is so messed up and refuses to get help for their alcoholism. It's too stressful to stay.
Leaving a marriage, frustration, which is all normal. And so there's two sides to this. And the one side is something we've already said a lot about in other videos and other ebooks, free articles all over the website. You know, when you live with an alcoholic and when you're married to him, you may have to suffer embarrassment. You know, if this person's understanding was where it needs to be, their understanding would be that he's the one that made a fool of himself. And she would also recognize the fact that she's being angry with him the next day causes, see, look, the drinker most of the time is numb. The alcohol is like a medicine to them. And he's numb. He may remember he went there, but he may not have any clue as far as the impression he made on anyone. He may actually think he made a good impression in his memory, if he even has very much of a memory. So, yeah, it's quite normal for someone like that to wonder why the heck she's angry at me.
Should the wife tell her husband what he did when he was drunk?
Exactly. She should not have the anger. This is telling someone you should not have the anger, though I feel like, you know, you're telling someone something they aren't there yet, and they're not going to get it. And that's why we ask people to read, study, learn. You know, pray about it. And look, it could be that you're working too many hours and then coming home to an alcoholic. Look, you may need to find some way to enrich your life, you know, because
apart
from your scenario, a lot of times what happens is people in this scenario will focus
too much of their attention,
100% of their energies on the alcoholic and his behavior, and that'll wear you out. Every time it'll wear you out. So part of detachment, and I don't know, you know, maybe we should stress that more. But part of the detachment is having other things going on. Do something for yourself that you enjoy. You know, it may be whatever that may be, some kind of a hobby, or you know, or a sport, or whatever. You know, something that you derive enjoyment, or raising cut flowers, or for flowers, or whatever. Something that takes your mind away from these things. Because look, you're not the only person with problems in the world. Everybody has problems. And what if you were married? Well, look at Christopher Reeves, was it? He was a handsome, rich, tall and handsome and rich man when his wife married him. A famous actor. And yet he had an accident and became a quadriplegic. You think that's not a problem? It's a quadriplegic guy's in a wheelchair. Okay, all of a sudden, this is too stressful.
That was a big problem for her.
Yeah, this is too stressful. I can't handle it anymore. I realize it's not exactly the same, but because in your mind you're thinking, well, yeah, but he can control this. Not really. He can't control it when he's under the influence of alcohol. Well, it's self-induced. Yeah, well, that means it's his problem now, isn't it? And so it goes around in a circle. It's just a vicious cycle, because what it comes down to is, you know, everything we just said.
She needs to learn to detach so she doesn't get angry.
Well, and detaching, if she is getting to that anger point, there's something she needs to learn. You know, if you're having anger and frustration, there's something you need to learn. And the first thing is that you're not responsible for what the alcoholic does. Now, he came at your work and you're cringing, you know, and you're grasping your chair and your white knuckle. You're not doing it. He is. Yes, it's your husband, but look, he's ill. What if he was mentally ill and he had done that? Would you feel the same way?
You should tell him about what he does when he's drinking, so he knows about his behavior.
Yeah, well, see, there's two things. There's a lot going on. There's always a lot going on, and I've been focusing on the fact that she's got a lot to learn here, and use that frustration and anger as a reasoning your way out of a marriage. It's just not the correct approach. It's not correct in the sense that you need to move further in your education.
Okay, one last issue
And so,
on here.
so I just wanted to say that she does, you're right, she does need to tell her husband what he did. She needs to write down what he did, and then when he's not drinking and when he's in a calm moment, in a calm way, in a calm spirit, tell him, you did this, you came in at 8 o'clock and you prayed for these people and you did this and that, and then you did this and that, and there shouldn't be any angry emotion in your tone, because only then will he have something to grasp on and put together and think to himself, I did that.